Well, Netanyahu serves as one of the longest-running prime ministers in Israel's history. His office has been dogged recently with charges of corruption. Joining me now is Jonathan Schanzer. He's Senior Vice President at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. It's great to have you here, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well, let me first ask you about kind of where we stand today. We're not going to get any real meaningful results, I know, until about 11 p.m. Tel Aviv time. But what is your initial read from what you're seeing today as far as everyone going to the polls and kind of the sentiment about Bibi Netanyahu?
Well, what we're seeing right now here in Israel is that that Benny Gantz's party, the Blue and White Party, is likely going to maybe sneak ahead with another handful of seats in Israel's parliament and the Knesset. So it will likely be the larger party that results from the election. But at the end of the day, Netanyahu is likely to come in a close second, and the other parties are going to likely help him build a coalition. The assessment so far, according to the math from the polls, is that Bibi will somehow sneak past this. But of course, what we've seen in years past is that polls often are misleading, just as they can be in the United States. And so we're going to have to wait until this evening to get a better sense of the results.
We're looking forward to hearing how this is all going to play out. But, you know, at the same time, to your point, yes, Bibi has to form a government. And that's the more important part of this. It's very different than how elections are held here in the United States. But he was just here in the U.S., and he was side by side with President Trump. I know that there are billboards throughout Tel Aviv and other parts of Israel showing Mr. Netanyahu with, of course, Mr. Trump. Is that going to help him, do you think, as he tries to really make history in Israel?
Absolutely. I think, first of all, it's important to note that here in Israel, Donald Trump is extremely popular. Because of some of the decisions that he's made, whether it's pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal, whether it's recognizing Israeli sovereignty in the Golan Heights, some of the decisions, of course, with regard to the embassy in Jerusalem. All of these things, I think, have certainly helped Bibi Netanyahu. I think it certainly helped him in the political process here. There was some concern about the recent decision to recognize the Golan Heights, that perhaps that was Donald Trump meddling in Israeli elections. But even there, it's interesting to note that the Blue and White Party welcomed that decision as well. So it is sort of, I would say, it's interesting to see how American politics have played into this election this time around.
It is certainly going to be fascinating to watch. And again, history could be made by Bibi Netanyahu if he wins. We're looking forward to the results. Jonathan Schanzer, thank you very much for joining us on this.
Thank you.